Hi guys, welcome to the Glow4 Academy. We are going to integrate Jenkin, a traditional build tool, build and deployment tool. Let's get into the session, guys. Thank you. We are going to discuss how the Jenkin build integrated with our application. So normally while testing the changes in local, what do we know? We will build using the build any of the build tool like Maven or Maven build or Ant build or the any kind of build tool we will use and build that code, and then we can test it. So that is normal in ways is very straightforward in local, but when we are testing in higher environment, let's say testing environment or staging environment or production environment, so where the multiple people needs to push the changes, right? They will use a git repository or they will use a bitbucket repository. So any of the code source code repository they will use, they will create a branch. On top of it they will push the changes, and then multiple people may need to trigger the build, right? In QA environment, if they want to test it, somebody will trigger the build, and suppose on other people they want to test the changes, they will push the changes and then trigger the build, so that QA it will be deployed in the testing environment. So that kind of things we can do. So while doing that, we can particular branch and we can deploy, and then we can test execute the basic test cases, and then we can deploy it to the target environment. So these things can be done using Jenkin is a traditional build tool, right? We can build CI pipelines and CD pipeline, continuous integration and continuous delivery pipelines. Continuous integration will be like creating the tagging the branch and then pushing that to the git repository. Once the git repository and then build, we can manually trigger or we can schedule a build. So multiple way we can trigger the build, right? If you trigger the build will pull the changes from the repository, code repository like GitHub, and then it will trigger the build using Maven, and then once build success, and then it will basic test cases will validated, and then it will deploy to the target environment. It could be a testing environment or a staging environment, and then test cases will be executed. So build can, and like that, if you are going for continuous delivery, you can directly deploy to the production. After validating in staging, it can be deployed to the production. So continuously, completely automated. The build process is completely automated. So that's why we are going for Jenkin build tool, right? So let's say if in our modernization world, if we are using the Docker image, right? So we just create a Docker image, build a Docker image, and push to Docker registry, and then running the Docker image, and then running the test cases, and then pushing the changes to the target environment. So this can be done via using Jenkins, right? So that build can be, so this process can be automated using Jenkins. So Jenkins is an open source tool, so where we can integrate the build process, right? We can automate that, right? Okay, let's get into the session, guys, how we can integrate Jenkins. Thank you, guys. I'm going to install Jenkins. So it's very straightforward. Jenkins can be installed in multiple ways. We can use a Docker image, or we can use Kubernetes, or so there are multiple ways we can install Jenkins. Like install Jenkins on Windows. I'm going to download the Jenkins installer in Windows, and then so there are particular steps we need to follow that when we are installing. It's like setup wizard and and then we'll copy the user credential from the Jenkins created directory. So let's say I'm going to download the Jenkins here. Download Jenkins. So this is a Docker, Kubernetes, Ubuntu, Windows. So I'm going to select Windows one. So because I'm going to install a Windows Docker image, so it's downloading. So once it's downloaded, we can directly install that, and then it will ask certain steps like where is password and how to log in. So we can, it's straightforward only. So I'm just going to install Jenkins. So you can directly install, double click that, it will install Jenkins. So program files, next, and here the run service as a local or domain is a recommended way, but since it's a local, I'm using run as a service, right? So port number, test port, click test port, and then click next. JDK, it will automatically install, and then install it. That's it. So Jenkins will get installed, and once once Jenkin installed, we can access port. Jenkin installation is done. I'll remove this one, and we can go here. I can access Jenkin. They're already saying where we have to access Jenkin, right? Like if we scroll down, 8080 8080, right? Jenkin is installed on 8080 localhost 80. It will automatically start the service. Jenkin is started. There is some issue. Let's see, this is the path to start the Jenkin. Unlocking Jenkin, we need to unlock the Jenkin, so we can run that. Yeah, it's running. So we have to find the password. So if you click this, I think this is I already installed, so that's why it's not asking any password. So normally password will be stored here in this location, so I can show that. It will it will show that if you go there, it will ask unlock Jenkin. It will come to this screen when I first time when I log in, and then administration password we have to copy from program file Jenkin secret initial admin password text file. You can copy that and then you can give the password. Once we given that, and it will here like that, we have to copy administrator password in this location. This is a password. They are telling clearly step by step. Once you copied that, and then it will log in. Jenkin will log in that. Jenkin will log in that, and you will get the dashboard like this. And then now I'm going to create new item. So I'm going to create a pipeline. So like cloud4 hyphen pipeline, simple pipeline I'm going to create. Pipeline, selects pipeline and click OK. So if you give that, it will give you can give the description cloud4 pipeline, and you can give the script. If you what script you want to say. If you go here, like using Jenkins, if you see Jenkins, so sorry, Jenkin Blue Ocean. So using Jenkin, you can give here Jenkin, and then manage Jenkin. Jenkin file, about Jenkin. So Jenkin file creation, you can give Jenkin file creation. We will create a Jenkin file. Create Jenkin file. If you type like this, I think you can directly go to the location Jenkin file documents. Jenkin. Yeah, you can go to Jenkin file, and these are the steps are there. Echo testing and node testing. You can copy this Jenkin. This is a declarative way. We can copy this and we can try to build that. You can copy. We'll try this. This will work or not. This is very simple use cases. Simple script actually. Pipeline build test echo testing. It will display that deploying echo. Just message is displaying each and every environment. I'm just saving, and then we'll build now. If we click build now, it will trigger the build. So now we can check build is success or not. Build is going on. See, it's rolling out. This means that build is going on. If you see last build success. If you check detail console output, you can see Jenkin stage building, testing and deploying. So this is simple script, right? So this is a build details. You can check console. If you want to check all the build details, the build history, you can go there. You can go here, build history, like pipeline build now. This is a pipeline. I just create pipeline. We have created pipeline. Will go there. Cloud pipeline. So this is a pipeline we created. You can click this, and yeah, this is a build. You can click this. So whether the build is success or not, we can check that. You can go here. If you want to configure again, you can configure it, or console output, you can go there. So like that, we can check the build details. So build history will be displayed here, right? So this is what I created. I created a simple script. Sorry, I created a simple script actually. Pipeline agent, any build steps. So we can create multiple ways. Jenkin file. To build that, we can create you can integrate a Maven, and then building the image, and then pushing the registry, and then again it will push the stage, and then again we'll running the test cases, and then push to the target, the another target environment. So there are multiple steps can be involved while doing that, while creating the Jenkins file in build, right? Build process, right? So I just created a simple build file, and I just build is success. So that's what I did. If I go here again, if we trigger the build now, if you are doing build now, it will trigger that. So already build is already there. If you want to change, we can go here, we can change the build. So like configure, if you want to change, like what you can change, build cloud 4 configure, and so it's going to experiment. One second. Now this is a root directory. You can go here, dashboard, and then here can configure. If you configure this, I think they will come. So here, instead of building testing, here you can add some test, cloud 4 build, cloud 4 academy build, cloud 4 academy build, something like you can give. Every stage you can give: testing, deploying. This stage environment, right? This stage is a declarative we used, and then here also you can give. If you give and save it and build now, if you trigger build now, it will trigger the build. So you can check this. 6.7 seconds console output. Yeah, see, cloud build, it is building like this. Text is printed. Actually here we have to target environment, you have to pack that actual deployment. Since it's a demo, I just printing this testing, and then it's deploying, testing, deploying, and building, testing, and then deploying. Yeah, it's a build success. If build some issue is there, then build will fail, and we can re-trigger that based on the validation, right? Like that, we have to create a CA pipeline and CD pipeline in Jenkin, and we can trigger the build. And we can use the Blue Ocean. Blue Ocean is another build plugins. We can use that. We can create a pipeline instead of configuring this process. You can directly you can go to the console UI, and you can create a visualized way. We can create the build, and automatically it will create the Jenkin file will be created. So that's a Blue Ocean plugins. You can use that, right? Thank you for watching and listening, guys. We are looking forward to Cloud 4 Academy.